Happy Friday. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. How are you? How are you? How are you? All right, yo. So, usually on a Friday, I'm out with Campy. We out. We at a restaurant somewhere. We doing stuff. But these days, since I'm solo and I'm home alone, y'all gonna have to be my date. Hi, Tori, Sagafet. Y'all are gonna have to be my Friday date. See, I'm home alone. Yo ka di sa, la men mo ka gwate mwen. I have things to do. I want to do stuff, okay? Good evening, my cousin Parkinson. Sakafet, Sakafet, Sakafet. How was your week, Sakafet? So check this out. One of my favorite guys on Facebook from Dominica is this dude right here. Shy Guy. Shy Guy. And Shy Guy's special message today. Look, I can't wait for his Friday shout out. So check this out.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's another Friday Shider, man. It's another Friday Shider. I don't know what time it is. I don't know what time it is. I don't know what time it is. Anytime you're going to shout out like that, all you know is Friday.
It's Friday.
Man. Yeah, man. I'm done enough. I'm in Portsmouth. I'm actually at Seabird Restaurant and Bar, you know already. That's the restaurant I always take my people to eat. Apart from Tukari, keeping it real. But you know already today I'm here with some friends. They're on the beach enjoying themselves. And I said, Shy Guy, you know what? Why make your Friday video here, man? Yeah, man, but it's Friday, it's the weekend, my God, oh my God. It's such a beautiful, lovely day in the Commonwealth of Dominica. My God, the sun is out, the beach is right there next to me, if you can see for yourself. Yeah, man, it's a beautiful, 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 beautiful day. For the past days, we've been having lots of rain. But you know, I'll tell you what, the weather say, you know what? I better be in sync with Shy Guy and go to the Friday and Shy Guy like it's Friday, or you know I still ready. My people, my people, my people. Go at that, Matic Barrigan and French here now first. So já connaît computer à péter là ce week-end là, à quand ils ont porté cause au bien. So já connaît qui je nous fait, so já connaît qui cherche à gagner fait. Take care of yourself. Have yourself a great weekend. Have a drink for me. Enjoy yourself. Life is short. Whatever you do, go out. Enjoy yourself. Have yourself a great weekend. Lots of love coming from your boy Shy Guy from Shy Guy Dominica. Tell you know already how we doing it in Dominica. Shy Guy talks to the world all the time. Love you guys every time, every day, man. Yeah, man. Want to say thanks for the love. Thanks for sharing the videos. Thanks for the comments. As all you know already, without you guys, there's no Shy Guy Toss. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. I can't take a drink right now. I'm still at work, but all you know already, till the Friday when I finish work, all you know already, when I finish work, I must take a thing to the Friday. What are you doing now? All you know already. Love you guys always, man. Yeah, man. My bartender says she shy. What?
Y'all, I love Shy Guy's energy and his pep and his vim and his just, I love his Friday shout out. So Sakafet, y'all. Happy Friday. Tori and Parkinson, my cousin, and Veronica and Clement.
Guys, it's
One say again. Okay, wait, this is Palisade. Yeah, I'll talk to Palisade another day. But yeah, how are y'all doing? Hi Rosalind. How are you? Tori, vous dit l'argent qui a venu, c'est vrai ça. L'argent, gros l'argent cash. Rosalind, happy weekend to you, my sister. Parkinson, you went to search, but it was windy. And y'all couldn't get smells well enough today. All right, thank you. I'm going to look out for that picture. Yeah, Veronica, he's got lots and lots and lots of energy. Good night, Kern. Sakafet, it is Friday. Yeah, man. So, like I was saying in the beginning, usually, look, a Friday at this time, I'm out with Campy, man. But, you know, life has decided that I need to be alone for the moment. So, y'all are going to have to be my date for now. All right. So, tonight, what I'm doing is I promised last night to raffle a couple of my books to some of the people who were participating and commenting and sharing. So I have a little bit of a raffle. I actually tested it out and I already have one winner. I have one winner already. Okay, y'all. and that person won on my test, my little test. I got a little online system to make it go fair, so I didn't want to be cutting up paper, and then next thing, how sometimes when you're raffling, you saying you picking your cousin. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to pick you, my cousin Parkinson, twice. You see what I'm saying? So I let the computer do it. Okay? I let the computer do it. So yeah, I've written these two books. Like this one I wrote first right after Hurricane Maria. I had gone down to Dominica, and when I saw the destruction, I used to be a person who was procrastinating. That means putting things off. You have these big ideas in your head, but you just 20 in, your kakiesa won't die, yeah, won't die, yeah, won't die, yeah. I want to do it, I want to do it, and then you find every which way to talk yourself out of it. But after I saw the devastation of Hurricane Maria, it reminded me of something I learned right after my mom died, which is life is not yours. So really, you cannot just be saying, oh, I'll do it next week. Who said you have next week? Or I'll do it next year. Who said you have next year? Yeah. So I call the book Do It Now because this is the biggest lesson I learned from losing my mother. Like just like one day she was there, next day she was not. And I've seen that happen, last year. That's how it was for me. My kids died, my ex-husband died like that. And then months later, my fiance went like that. Okay. So if you have to do stuff, look, whatever's in your way, you have to figure out how to get that thing out of your way. Of course, in a good way. Pas qu'à voler ou pas qu'à mentir, pas bagay comme ça. You understand? But in a right way, in a legal way, in a way that is ethical, in a way that it doesn't go against your values as a human being. So I strongly believe you got to do things now. Okay. So I'm going to first off tell you all the name of the person who won the test. Okay. So the first person who's going to win a book today. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm going to do this on my phone. I took a screenshot. So Andy Washington, you win the first copy. Okay. So Andy, if you're hearing this, thank you so much for listening last night and commenting and participating. Just send me a message via Facebook Messenger and I will mail you a copy of the book. Okay. So y'all, I want you all to see something. Moun blanc cafe on pile bagay. I'm going to share my screen with you so you see this raffle thing, this raffle program they call it Random Picker. Can you see it? And what I'm going to do is I already have the names of the people who were on last night and who made a comment. So anybody who typed something last night, you get a chance to win a copy of the book. Okay? So I'm going to do the final draw. I'm going to do the final draw. So let's see this. Let's see what happens. So it says that the drawing has been successfully completed, and click here to see the results. Let's see who wins the second copy. And the winner is David Joseph. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? So David, two of the guys have won a copy of the book. All right. So I want to do something for you guys. Before I do that, Parkinson, you say you only have now. That's right, my brother. You only have now, not tomorrow. Nobody told you tomorrow was going to be yours. Okay? Nobody told you tomorrow is going to be yours. All right? Janice, Sakafet, just spoke to Whoop. That's right, Niva, the power of now. Now, now, now. There's so much energy and vibration and power in now. Once you realize that, it'll stop you from wasting a lot of time. Okay? It's going to stop you from wasting a lot of time. So I want to read the prologue for you. What's the prologue of the book? The prologue is just like, uh, 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 like a bit of an introduction. Hmm? A bit of an introduction, but it's a story. It's a story, but it's my real life. Okay? So the prologue is a flashback. So remember, I wrote the book in 2018, and I was just flashing back to an experience in life, because this life right here, to create what we got to create, it's a lot of work and it's not easy. But if you're going to succeed, you got to put in the work and you got to change some things for the better. Okay? So listen to the story. It's midsummer, Jackson, Minnesota. I swear it must be 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Minnesota. Nedra, my Caribbean roommate, that's right, my Caribbean roommate from St. Vincent, and I are making our way today through endless rows of corn. We're weeding by hand, acres and acres. Yesterday, we worked the soybean fields. How much more of this can I take, Lord? Dang, I thought these gloves were thick enough, but the thorns from the thistles and the cockleburs, they're ravenous for tender flesh. My back hurts. My legs feel like jello. My head is pounding. My heart aches. Everything hurts. I didn't sign up for this. To think I waited so long for this so-called scholarship. Bishop Bogart didn't know this scholarship meant I was going to be somebody's farm hand. What the hell? The sisters have dubbed their organic farm project the land program. What in God's name is this? Merciful sisters. Mercy? Shit. Lord have mercy on me. The Mother Superior doesn't get it. But I cannot escape the echoes of slavery as I lug myself through these fields. I wonder what Mama would say if she could see me now. My mother, who admonished me every chance she got, study your books. I don't want you to have to work as hard as I do. If only I could talk to her, but I can't. Oh my God. Mama's gone now, like gone, gone. My mind cannot hold the craziness of this truth. I cannot call home to tell the others. I won't call them on the telephone. Joy has left me. Besides, they'll worry. I think I've lost my voice. I used to be able to sing, but I cannot hear the music anymore. But damn if I won't stay until these merciful sisters keep their word and pay for this degree. I will get that damn degree. I see them, they feed us well, but they pay for school reluctantly. I don't care. They can be mad all they want. That's what I came here for. And that's what I'll get. Fair trade for these damn thorns biting into my flesh. Michelle couldn't take it. He's long returned in revolt back to St. Lucia. Like Nedra and me, he didn't sign up for this. I don't know, Ma. I don't know if I can do this. A few months ago, it was the exact opposite. I thought I would surely die in the minus 70-degree wind chill, out cleaning pig shit and feeding blasted turkeys. You have never seen as much snow as the day you get caught in a Minnesota blizzard. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Will I survive this? Can you believe they want me to sing at somebody's funeral tomorrow? They want me to sing. They tell me I'm selfish for not using my voice. But I've lost my voice. I cannot seem to find it. Ma, I need you so much. I don't know how much more of this I can take. The tears come. 3 hours later, I'm still crying. I cannot stop. That's the prologue. I share that with you because that's the state I was in. What year was this? This was 1993, 1992, 1993. That's where I was in my head and in my body, in my mind, in my spirit. That's where I was. My mother had just died in 91, and I was gone away from my family for the first time, like for so long. And stuff I had never done in my little village, those people had me doing that. Nettoyer kaka cochon, nettoyer kaka pool, kaka turkey, weed. I mean, we were in these fields from sun up to sundown. We had to get up. I don't care if it was minus 40 degrees, minus 70 degrees outside. We had to get up and go to mass, honey. And straight from mass, went downstairs for breakfast. Yeah, they fed us well. Breakfast, every aquesta bondao in those people fields, pulling up their weeds in there. Have you ever seen a cornfield or a soybean field in the Midwest? That's what I'm talking about. The stuff you see in the movies. Now imagine you coming from Cottage, South, and you thought you were coming to a regular university. You're on campus, you there, you can buy your little whatever, you looking cute. Anye kotsa. Anye kotsa, honey. Magwe sa Roseman. Ever se moun la pate même vle paye ou sa pou l'école là. Mais mon dit yo, c'est Zoki am fait mon vini là. All you can do what all you want. So sa fait sa zovle. What I come here for is that I living with. And like I said in here, the guy from St. Lucia, he couldn't take it. He could not take it. And me and the girl from St. Vincent, we just teamed up, and we were like, look, come hell or high water, nous pas qu'à vivre like I nous 100 degree. Okay? So life will throw you some some damn shit, some damn foolishness, even when you're trying to do better. Even when you leave your home, you leave your home saying you're going to better yourself, you put up a scholarship, and to find out is basically in hell these people put you. Eve la ou vwe ou tape on non ki mouve. Yo mouve enzo. Yo pakajwe ou sa. When you see you meet a non, on non, mon vle di on non blanc. Yo pa feb ou sa. So me and that girl from St. Vincent, when I tell you we souffre mauti, we got food to eat, but I'm saying stuff I have never done in my life and will never do again. We had to do that. Essentially, it was almost like that was the down payment that life needed from me. Okay. And I could have left. And who knows if I would have gotten another chance, when I would have gotten another chance. What that ended up doing is, so they paid for the first 2 years of school, but they didn't have to do the whole 2 years because I had done the college in Dominica. So some of those credits transferred. But that set me up to now get a scholarship through Dr. Peters to go to University of Mississippi after say non la di zo pa vle travay kosa nou pa ka ba zo dot l'ajan pou zo continue avec l'école zo. What you going to do? Those people say no, they're not giving you no more money. You have to go at your home. I went back home and I worked. I was a teacher at the time, and I went back to my teaching position and put in my grind until life now opened up another way for me to get another scholarship to go to Ole Miss. Life is not easy, but if you have a dream, if there's something in your little heart that you like, man, I must do this, I must accomplish this, very often you have to buckle down. You have to buckle down and you have to go through some serious shas. It'll feel like shas. It will feel like shas. But for me, along the way, I learned skills to cope. I learned how to change my thinking about many things. I learned how to take shas, essentially. I learned how to tolerate stress, is what it is. I learned how to tolerate stress, and I also learned how to not let those people, not to let people destroy me, because I felt like I was being just obliterated on that convent. I just felt like me. Like if I've said this to my family, if I had not had my personal relationship with God before I went there, I would have said God does not exist based on the way that interaction, that experience unfolded. I would have said there is no loving God after I was left with that, if I had not left home with my own individual convictions. Okay? That, I end the book, I end the little prologue where I'm crying for 3 hours. I did. It was the day before they wanted me. They were trying to force me to sing at somebody's funeral. And it was a year out. It wasn't even a year, since my mother had died. And I just couldn't do it. I didn't feel like I could do it. I was in the throes of mourning and grief, and they didn't want to hear it. And so I think I just broke that day after a mass. And I cried for 3 hours straight. And one of the nuns was a psychiatrist, and she was very kind. So I basically, she held me for 3 hours. Okay? And they considered taking me to a hospital because I just couldn't stop crying. I could not stop crying. Okay? Eventually, I cried myself out, and they said, okay, you don't work in the field anymore today. You can go sleep. And I must have slept the rest of the day. Okay, I must have slept the rest of the day. But after that, I started speaking up more and saying no more. I called a meeting with the Mother Superior and I said, look, I understand that this is your program, but that is not the information we had before we came here. And this business of us getting up morning till afternoon, weeding your farm, we get that you don't want to use equipment because you want to do an organic farm, but that's not why we came here. And okay, we're doing it, but if we're going to do it, we expect you to do your part and not be so grudging with your little school fees you have to pay. You understand? So if this is going to be an exchange, we're going to do it respectfully. Evezo paka point pièce qualité advantage hod moins evenedra encore. So I was the Jamoko race from Kokoye. I said, Marjorie is my auntie. I am not doing this like that anymore. You made a commitment. You're going to pay for this poppy tea. Veio sabe, mon gars dit so, veio munu sabe, là où you descendom ni que veio ka di so, oh, I go in and take care, oh, I go and do, I go and do, I go and do. Do all the research, because to be honest, back in those days, there was no internet. Because you couldn't do your little search to see exactly what that is, okay? So, yes, they did pay for the education, but they did it grudgingly. Come city, they were doing you a favor. But you were not doing me a favor if day in, day out, I am there doing your basically idea working like a Monte lady or Mexican me. Zoni mo like a travail comme si di mon c'est un real farmer. Understand? Eh? And if I'm going to do that, I don't need any attitude from you as if you're doing me a favor. Pascal, it's a reciprocal. I'm doing for you too. Okay? Because when we got all like a backbone, those people say, okay, we're not paying for the extra 2 years, so you can get all your associate's degree and go out all your home, which we did gladly. Okay? That's right, Rosamond. And Jocelyn is my grandfather. My granddad would never stand for people taking advantage of him. And there were other students from Germany and Montreal who, when they realized this is what was happening with us, they started telling us, hey, you all need to advocate for yourselves and speak up. Speak up and don't let them make you feel guilty as if they're giving you a favor. Pascal, the amount of work you're doing there, my sister, that we're all doing, you are earning. You understand? You're evening out the scales. All right? So this now for me, as a little girl who grew up in Dominica, where you have to respect all kind of authority. Mother, father, elderly on street, your teacher, your nurse, everybody, you have to respect everybody. Much less for Marseille. Eh? Much less for Marseille. So it was very difficult for me to get my voice. Seriously, I felt like I had lost my voice, but I found it again. So you have to go really deep inside and start to decide when the shafts of life start to come at you, if you're going to cave in and fondue, or if you're going to rise, meet the challenge, and even rise above it. So look at me now. So what did I do? Did I enfondue? I had a choice to enfondue. I had a choice. Let me tell you, look, I don't want to put people on blast, but it's any on certain des femmes d'hommes qui actually they made their way to that convent and they were there as guests. And instead of those people advocating for me and my friend from St. Vincent, Semunla actually dice Marcella, moi Evenedra should be happy. We should be happy. You know, you should be happy you get the scholarship. No, I was fine. I wasn't begging. I was comfortable. I was a teacher. You understand? So for me, that was just a very traumatic experience on top of just losing my mom. And so again, when you have parents who have put a lot in you, right, so that you're not easily shaken, you have something to tap into when stress like that comes your way. Because I'm telling you, depending on how far you have to go, sometimes it's as low as you have to go. Depending on how high you have to reach in life, is as low as life has to put you for you to learn the kind of routine you need so you can stand it when you go this high. One of the reasons you see those little child stars, they those enfants doués, when you see they get to be like 20, 22, 23, is because they didn't have a foundation before they got to success. So I'm grateful. I'm so grateful to my mom and Woke for the upbringing I had, because essentially that is what saved my life. Yeah, because that level of depression I was feeling, eh, that level of depression I was feeling in those people. Think about it. How many of you think it's does not even sound like a Lifetime movie? Somebody say they're giving you a scholarship, a church they're giving you scholarship to go and study. Next thing you reach on those people you seeing is not a real school. You seeing you in convent. They're telling you those people were even begging us to join their conventus. One of the mothers superiors was mad at us. We didn't join the conventus. And I'm like, Bonte, but I, I was misled. C'est pas ça mon vini fait. I'm not going to put the nunhood into disrepute. C'est pas ça mon vini fait. Mon pas vini pour faire bagay ma assez. You understand? Okay? But I'm telling you, sometimes what you set out for, what you think a thing is going to be, even in relationships, it happens like that for many of us. You start off the relationship and you think, yeah, this is going to be great. Next thing you in the real thing and you're like, what is happening? What is happening? You're confused because what you thought you were going to get is not that you're getting. So what do you do when that comes at you? The man I thought I was marrying is a damn bitch, a damn lazy bitch, eh? Or the woman I thought I was marrying is a damn fool, eh? On tête pool, just I made a mistake. But you cannot let it go yet. You cannot just, you might have kids, you cannot just jump out. You might have investments with the person, you cannot just jump out. What do? I put everything I did in here. Everything I did to survive, and to piece by piece, block by block, stack it up, stack it up, stack it up. So in the 2-year university college, which is what they would pay for, my friend and I, we just destroyed them. You understand? So of course we made all A's because we were like, we will show you. You understand? Who do you think you're talking to, right? All A's, made all of the summa cum laude, this and whatever cum laude, tout c'est cum laude la nouvelle. Okay? But that kind of stuff requires you to develop certain skills. How to stay calm when people trying to rattle you. There was one day, a little on tête faible, auntie Sukuya, one of those nuns, was a little Sukuya. She was a little Sukuya. Wicked, méchanceté. Looking, her face would come red. Every little thing, she's red. Mad, she's mad at you for something. You don't even know what you do, but she's mad at you. You understand? How do you deal with that when you're not used to that kind of way in your family, in your community? People treat you properly. You understand? So you have to learn how to settle yourself and ground yourself, and remember who you are. That's what it is, Usab. Your pride has to come up. You have to remember who you are and why you are. So for me and my friends from St. Vincent, we knew why we came. We knew why we came. And sometimes I think if our situation was different, like our friend Michelle, if our situation was different, where we had come from a very wealthy family and we knew we could just go back, we might have bailed too, because his situation was different. Me, I didn't want to bring that burden back home to my family. My mom had just died. I'm going to put a burden on Whoop. No, I don't want them to worry about me. My friend was the same thing. Her dad had died, and it was just her mom and her sisters. She was like, we're just going to tag team and do it together. So sometimes you have to weigh the pros and the cons. You have to weigh the cost. Can I really do this? Can I really do this? And if I'm going to stay and do this, I'm going to have to become tougher. When I say tougher, I mean you have to learn to use your words to communicate your needs, to communicate what you want, what feels good, what doesn't feel good. And you have to be able to say, okay, this is the line. You've gone too far. I prefer to go at my home instead. You understand? Everybody has a different line. But you learn about yourself. And what I'm saying is you got to dig deep. Dig deep. And what you don't have inside of you, you start reading. So I read and 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 I read. Okay? Because I was a shy little girl who grew up again with high respect for authority. So I felt like I'm just in hell because I have all of these feelings inside me and I don't trust that I can even speak to these people and have a meeting to say, what you're doing right here is not what I saw. It's not what I was told. This is a different experience than anybody prepared me for. And I feel like I'm going to die. Hmm? Like I said, eventually I found the way to communicate, to speak my needs. And even if it meant that they did not pay for the other 2 years, I got what I went for. I got my first degree, my associate's degree, and then was able to use that to get to the University of Mississippi and then get to Fielding to do my doctorate. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff that happens in here that has to happen in your mind. One of the reasons I talk a lot about mental toughness is because that's where it's at. I know in Dominica, we are great with the emotions because I was feeling a lot of pain, but I could not communicate it properly. I could not ask for better for myself. I could not ask for a different way because I didn't know how to say it. I didn't have the words. Okay? So we have to learn. We have to learn how to communicate. I think we struggle with that. I don't know that they teach us how to do that well in Dominica. I wish there was a way for kids to learn communication skills, to learn critical thinking skills, stuff like that, that you can't really touch, but it is so important to success in life. I wish there was a counselor in every school who would train kids on how to change their negative thoughts into positive hopes, how to not let their feelings overwhelm them. There's so many mental skills that you need to really not just succeed, but to excel in life. And I'm saying, if you have a dream in your heart, you don't see it yet, but you have the dream in your heart. All of us came here for a purpose, Usab. All of us. If you're alive still, you got a purpose. Okay, parce que life doesn't waste its time, Usab. Nature doesn't play, Usab. Nature doesn't play, Usab. There are many animals. If the youngest one, they'll just kill it, because it's like you're just going to keep us back. You just nature can be harsh. Okay, so the fact that you are here means you have purpose. There's things you need to do to contribute to the whole world, starting wherever you are. So for many of us who were born in Dominica, I think we have to do that in Dominica. You understand? You have to, whatever contribution, whatever skills you've acquired over time, I think regardless of where you are, you have to find a way to make that deposit back into that place that where you got that grounding, you got that foundation. Okay? I know if I didn't grow up in the home that I did, and like I said, if I had not had my own strong, personal, deep relationship with God, se moun sa, monte ke vin yon atheist. Monte ke ani di bon Dieu, li pa ni bon Dieu. Eve se moun sa la. Okay? That's what I would have said. But I'm glad that I had the enough inside of me to be able to withstand, because along the pressure, they say pressure, mm, you get the best out of stuff when you squeeze it, right? If it wasn't for a lot of that pressure, who knows? I might not be here talking to you right now, because I might never have had an opportunity to realize I can speak up for myself. I can talk. Because, like I said, I grew up and was very, very, very insecure, shy little girl. Okay, with a lot of respect, West Bay me. A lot of West Bay me was afraid to talk to people, and especially adults and people in authority. And I had to start learning how to do that so they wouldn't défoncer me. And as it was bend or break, and I decided I was not going to break. Okay, so this is the book. Huh? This is the book. Look, I had to. There's something we do. A lot of us do this. It's an error in the way we think, where we tell ourselves, "Man, that's too much for me. I cannot do it. Me, boy, I can't do that. Me, I would never be able to do that. Oh, I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. Oh, that's too much for me. That's too much for me. That's too much for me." Well, is it really? Is it really? Have you given yourself the opportunity to really see if you can take it and if you can actually rise above it? Yeah. So one of the skills you must develop as an adult is the ability to tolerate stress, to tolerate frustration. Somebody make you upset. Look, your spouse does something you don't like. The relationship just have to end? No. You got to learn how to work through these things so you can build and grow. Okay? You can build and grow. Yes, we can make it, Veronica, if we try. You might not yet have found the solution. Like, for real, I thought I was losing my head on that convent. I did. That day, I thought I was dying. I was just exploding on the inside. I have never cried. I think the one time I cried that much was the day my mother died. And I just cried on my friend Joycelyn's lap. But that one was a different kind of cry because I was with strange people and I just felt out of control. Okay? But yes, you can take stuff. I'm sure in that moment I was feeling to myself, I cannot take it anymore. And that's where a lot of people break. They do break. And the nun was right to ask me, do we need to take you to the hospital? And when she said that, I think something clicked in my head. I realized, oh my God, yeah, I must look really desperate right now. So, okay, pull yourself together. Pull yourself together. You're not leaving cottage and coming Minnesota People Hospital. Parce que ça y est, quoi fait moun blanc fait ou aller l'hôpital? Ah, I just said, hmm? And I said, I will decide if I sing tomorrow. That's what I said. I said, I will not be pressured. I will decide if I sing tomorrow. And the next day, I did. I actually sang one song because it was the mother of one of their deacons or something like that. And I liked the man. He was one of the kinder people there. So I wanted to do it for him, but I wanted to make the decision myself. I did not want to be coerced. I did not want to be guilted. I did not want to be forced into singing as if I was a little, what you call that? Jump for me, dance for me. No, I was like, hell no. And if it means you're going to send me at my home because I won't sing because you want me to sing for you, I guess that's what we're going to do. Okay? But just the desperation of the moment for me was like, this person, this group of people are trying to completely take over my will. What is happening here? What is happening here? Okay. And sometimes when we get to that space, we go along anyway to get along. I think that is where you start killing your soul. You can't, you can, but I don't think it's in your best interest to just go along without even expressing how horrified you feel or how you wish it was different. So that's where you start speaking up for yourself. That's where you start really, as an adult, communicating your wants and your needs and caring for yourself, caring for your emotions. Because if you don't, let me tell you, some people don't care. Some people do not care. As long as they get what they want out of you, they don't care how much it hurts you. And you have to be able to see those kinds of people so you can pass them like buenas. Okay? You have to be able to see those kinds of people, see through them, so you know how much of a long spoon I have to deal with you with. Hmm? Because when it comes to who's going to die, who's going to break, you have to decide I'm not the one that's going to break. Okay? I have things to do, and you will not stop me. All right? Kimmy, we all have purpose and destiny. We just need to find out what that is. And for us in Dominica, I know our opportunities can seem like it's limited, right? Like as if you can only do so much when you are on the island. I'm telling you, it's time to burst out of that level of thinking. It's time. It's time to burst out of that level of thinking because I'm telling you, many of us with that level of thinking, when we leave and we come somewhere else, we start seeing other people who are thinking in a different way and we start realizing, oh, I can do that. That's available to me. I can really do that. So I want you to start now, wherever you are. Turkey, you can be Denmark, you can be Alaska, you can be Capuchin. You have this thing inside you that you know God put that inside of you. Listen to me. I give you 7 steps for you to figure out what to do next, 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 next. Okay? And I'm saying everybody can do it. Everybody can do it because I am not special. And a lot of the people who do it, they're not special. What one person can do, another person can do. Okay? It's about formula. In life, there are rules, there are formulas. And if you follow the formula, you will get the result because there is the law of cause and effect. Okay? If I do this, I'm going to get that. Sometimes, though, there's a lot of mental work you have to do between that. If I do this, I will get that. And that's where you have to get strong. That's where you have to get strong. Okay? All right. So I'm going to, so far, David Joseph has won one of the books, and Andy Washington. So I'm going to do a drawing. I might do two more. Good evening, Nyamba. How are you? Tori, you said, let me show your remark. You say, you love to see me very much. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, Janice. Sakafet. Hi, Kearns. How are you? You are correct, Parkinson. We only have now, right this second, right now. So right now, I could be doing something really destructive. I'm in grief. Some people do that, you know. I'm in grief. I could say I'm feeling so terrible. I'm going to go get drunk and pass out. That's one choice. It's available to me. Beer is free, is cheap, right? Alcohol is cheap. Hmm? Some people go do lots of other things, but instead I'm choosing to have my Friday night date with you. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Good night, Neva. Sakafet, how are you? Good evening, Petra. Y'all follow Petra's page. Petra Can you put a link in the chat? You have some awesome, uh, you have an awesome program that you're doing called, is it Petal Heart to Heart? And I think you have some wonderful goodies that you sell as well. I'd love it if you put the information in the chat. Let's see it. Hi, Rosamond. Sakafet cuz. That's right. I'm cuz. Look, our grandpa, Rosamond is my cousin. We have the same grandfather, right? And this man, in a time where black people were not doing many big things, this man built himself a sugarcane mill at our home, okay? And made his molasses. Hmm? My mom says he used to say that he traveled to almost the four corners of the earth. He was also a merchant marine. Okay, so a lot of us, we have grandparents and parents who have shown us how to bataille. And I think every generation must do better than the generation before. So whatever they left us with, we got to go a little higher. We got to go one step higher. It cannot be enfant we enfant we. Check. Mm. Timothy, you said that's why you're going to Dominica next week. I love that. I strongly believe that we, all of us, wherever we are, if you were born in Dominica, you got to go back and put something back in Dominica. Whatever it is, some things you can't touch. It could be training, it could be mentorship, it could be teaching a skill to young children. You don't have to go through any bureaucratic system. How about you go through your church, your community church, or your youth groups in your village? How about you organize a Zoom meeting, even if you live in Sweden? You organize a monthly mentorship or training that's free based on your skill set to the kids in Dominica. Okay? I think those are ways we can start um, doing more, like being more active and feeling like we're doing, actually participating more. Because sometimes, you read a lot of stuff on Facebook and it's just really infuriating, but we can channel that into doing positive things. Father Elvio Rosalind says, talked about the concept of now at Mr. Suki's funeral. Absolutely. Right this second is all you have. You see, when we started this, we started at 8. Are you ever going to get 8 p.m. on July 15th of 2022 again? Nope. Nope. So you can't get the past back. And you don't know if you'll get to 8 o'clock tomorrow. So what you got is right here. So do what you got to do and do it now. Rosamond, yes, I have walked through a lot to get through my current space. And I don't think I would change much of it. People say, I don't regret any of it. I don't know if the word is regret, but I sure wish there were some things I didn't have to experience. Like I used to say to God, like, okay, Lord, what are you trying to teach me from this experience with these nuns? What is it that I couldn't learn anywhere else? Is the question I used to ask God at 21, 22. And I used to think to myself, good Lord, like, couldn't you have taught me this on a college campus, like a regular college campus? I guess life was like, no, you needed it that way. Okay. So that I'm appreciative of. Thank you, Rosamond. Maybe God needed me to, over the years, as I have been a therapist, I have seen where a lot of these painful experiences I've had in my life, some people might say I've had more than my share of painful experiences. But I don't believe that. I think your history is your history, your life is your life. I see where it comes in when I'm working with people. I see how I understand. I know where this person is. And I know, hey, you can come out of it. I know you can come out of it. And many times I know, not just by training, but because of my own personal experience, I know how to guide a person better. So every road leads to now. So for that, I'm grateful. Oh, yes, it was very, very painful. It was very painful, and it would have been a very painful situation given that my mother had just died the way she had died the year before. Um, Even if that's all it was and I was on a regular college campus, it would have been excruciating. But then to go into a pot basically of people who didn't care, who acted like they didn't care, who acted like they didn't give a damn shit. Mm, yeah. Y'all, I just say what I want. Mogani di some of last is back I say Facebook class or but yeah. Yes. Niva Mogazi Magwesa, Kaka Koshon, Kaka Turkey. What else did they have? Lord Jesus. They had pigs, they had turkeys for sure. And I'm like, this is hell. Like, this is just hell. Take me home, but give me my degree first. Yeah. Yes, Magwesa indeed. Hmm? Yeah, it was very hard. There's also the bit of culture shock where first day I got there, yo, those people had me eating sweet and sour pork. Okay, try to remember now. Dominica in 1991, 92, people was mixing sweet and salty food. Dominica, no. I almost puked. I came straight from the airport. We had driven for like 5 hours. I more take a quick border. More take a sortie. That drive was 5 hours long. I was like, and when we finally reached, they sweet and sour pork, ever pineapple. Mon dit, ça m'a ka voilà, mon Dieu. Pineapple, ever viande salée, ça m'a ka voilà. Yeah, I almost puked on myself. So you have all of this culture shock. Of this culture shock where we were living in a little city where people would turn back to watch us because they didn't see many black people there. It was yeah, it was that kind of life. It was that kind of life. Yeah. Oui, mon tapé degree la même. Mon di bon da so. And I said, thank you very much and goodbye. Thank you, my cousin. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, listen, I had one client tell me once, oh, your life has been so easy. Oh, look at you. Oh, look at you. You're so, everything in life just seems to be working for you. I said, if you only knew. If you only knew. That's right, Glenda. You can never judge a book by its cover. And when you see a person maybe at a certain space in life, you know, like be careful to envy them. Yeah, be careful of that because the price this person maybe had to pay to do what they're doing now, it's not many people might not want to do that. You know, Rosamond, you said you are very welcome. What did they say? They say your tests should be a testimony for somebody else. Okay, so I hope somebody who's hearing this is hearing to hold on, to plug in, to buckle down. Everything passes. That's what I learned. I learned that phrase, nothing lasts forever. I learned that everything passes, even the pain of losing my mother. So I started using that phrase as a mantra. Nothing lasts forever. 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 Mm-hmm. And you have to develop things like that. A mantra is a word or a phrase that you keep repeating. And over time, it generates a lot of power and energy to really pull you through. Okay? In the opposite direction sometimes of where life is trying to take you. So if life is trying to take you down, you got to come up with a word or a phrase to pull yourself up. Okay? And it's all mental. It's all mental. When do you have classes after all that work? Listen, for the first few months, Glenda, those people were acting as if we didn't come for school. So from day in, day out, Mm? We started in the summertime, and we started asking ourselves, well, what's happening? Because most schools start September. We thought we were just going to come and go to school. Uh-uh. We came and we were in the fields from morning till night. August came, September came. We started thinking maybe it's us who misunderstood. October came, morning till night. We in those people fields. That's when I had a conversation with the Mother Superior. Modi Famla, sister, Mother Praxet, c'est pas ça ou ça nous vini ici à pour faire. C'est pas ça Bishop nous dit nous vini ici à pour faire. Ça qu'a fait là, elle moi connaître son pour faire bagay ça, mais ça qu'a fait moi même changer bagay esclavage. I am not a slave. This stuff here, my parents worked from morning till night so his kids wouldn't have to do that kind of work. I said, all you have me cleaning kaka kosho. Eh? And where is the school? That's what I mean. The West payment that was the death of me as a child, I had to overcome it and call a meeting with the lady to say, yo, this right here is a misunderstanding. That's not the memo I got. And so, yeah, so they were like grudgingly, I guess, okay. So in the January, the winter quarter, they started getting us into school. After we had worked from August, September, October, November, so. Yeah. Meanwhile, our family thought we came up to go to college and we're sitting pretty. Mm-mm. Yep. So that's right, Rosamond. Depending on the grounding you get and the rooting you get, you can go through a lot of shas. And not just go through shas. I don't believe in just going through shas. I believe when you go through shas, you got to look for the pearl in the shas. There's got to be a reason, there's got to be a positive from that nasty experience. Like, seriously, don't leave any painful experience without pulling out something that's for your good. Okay? Don't do that. You have to look for me, I got my I got my degree. So you can do what you want. You can be vexed with me because I say I want to study now. That is your business. But is that I leave my mother home and come for. Okay? Oui, consclave. That's how it felt. That's how it felt. Janice, Clement ask you, what's the vibes? Are you there? Yeah. Yeah, man, you have to reflect. You have to review. You have to decide, okay? How am I going to deal with this? How am I going to get out of this mess, a winner? How am I going to get out of this mess a winner? Okay? Because sometimes you can get out of the mess, but depending on the way you leave or how it went down, it can feel really overwhelming, like this was a waste of time. I'm saying to always look for the lesson in that for you. For me, it was about using my voice. It was about using my voice to take care of myself. Okay? Good night, sis. Sakafet. How are you doing, Lenore? Janice, I'm telling you, wickedness in high places. There was no God. I didn't feel any Christian love in that experience, except for maybe one or two people. There were one or two. They themselves wasn't the shas. So they themselves wasn't the shas. Yeah, I think I am in the right profession. I think I'm in the right profession. I think a lot of those experiences help me now to have empathy, to relate, and yeah, it helped me better. They helped me to be a better therapist, better psychologist. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm telling you that nun, yeah, that there was one. Ite wed confet. She was just iron. She was just iron. And all I can say is she must have been very unhappy. She must have been very unhappy. But you have to tolerate certain things to win. Because what they say, gold is tested in fire, right? Mm. If you want to make the best diamonds, you got to put them through heat. So you have to expect shas in life. I'm saying from the shas, you have to take the gold, you have to take the diamond, you have to take the high lesson, as opposed to, oh, but yeah, I saw mon souffert, mauti, bon Dieu, mon souffert, mauti. I am the worst person in the world. I'm the most unlucky person in the world. I could have said that. I think there were times when I did say it. I felt it a bit, but I didn't want to be too engua to God, right? Because for many years, I had prayed to get a scholarship. He just didn't tell me how he was going to send it, you know? Clement, you're okay. You're listening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And you spoke to Frankie J last night. Mm-hmm. Rosamond, you said Auntie Veronique likes to say, "Yeah, you got to learn to live with the devil in hell. You have to learn, yeah, because life can feel like hell. Life can feel like hell sometimes. When you have that kind of training though from home, it does help you later on in life. It does help. My mom used to say you have to pay the earth back for being here. She just used to come up with her stuff, but but when you have that foundation, it does help. Okay. Amma, yes, I think Dominica is really begging for us to come back and put a deposit back in whatever way our heart is saying, yes, this is the way we got to do it. Okay? We can definitely make it if we try. You can't go into the, boy, I cannot, no, that's too much for me, no, I can't deal with that. What do you mean you cannot deal with it? Who's going to deal with it for you? You have to deal with it and succeed and win and win and win and win. Okay? Kimmy, you say we all have purpose and destiny. I agree with that so much. I think we have to get quiet, a lot of us, to really figure it out. Sometimes you meet your purpose as you work, as you go through life. And some people know their purpose early on in life. Some people kind of wonder a lot, do a lot of this, but I find that it helps to get quiet. I find that often our purpose is connected to the things we enjoy that give us spark. Hmm? I find some commonalities in the purpose issue. Um, Again, sometimes it's connected to things you really enjoy doing. Sometimes you just meet it along the way and you realize, oh my God, I never even thought about this, but this really feels like my spot. All I feel with this is light and good and happy and excited. And you want to keep doing more and more of it. Yeah, man, it's a skill. It's a vital life skill to know who's a user in your life and who's there just to take advantage, who's there to be an opportunist. And when you see it like that, when you see your eyes are open, you have to do something about it. Okay? And yes, it's time to step out of the box that you might have put yourself in. Okay? Because tomorrow, like Kearney says, could be too late. Tomorrow could be too late. There are a lot of things we're like, oh, I want to do it. I want to do this. I want to do that. And you're putting it off. You're putting it off. Who are you putting it off for? Why? Who are you afraid of? Like Wob saying, ou benefits à ça si c'est moun la ka pale kontou, hein? Yo ka ba manger. Mm-mm. So live your life the best way you know how to. It's your life. It's your life. We should never afford way. We always have to tell ourselves we can do better. Because you have that spark of divine in you. You're a creator. So how are you going to afford way there now? You will afford way if your if your mindset says I can't. You will afford way. But if your mindset says, I just haven't figured it out yet, so I just have to have patience, yeah, and 20, 20, 20, 20, but you have patience and you're keeping your eye on the vision. Keep your eye on the vision. Keep your eye on the vision. 20, feel your pressure. Take your shots. You must get there, Usab. You must get there. And if you don't get there, you'll get close. Okay? I appreciate you, Clement. Thank you for showing up. Veronica, you are very welcome. Yeah, it's just, look, man, it's just the details, Janice, of life. I think a lot of people, like somebody said it earlier, they think like you would never tell. Glenda, that might have been you. A person might never tell based on the way your life is right now, the salt you had to suck for you to get there. You know what I'm saying? But all of those things help to strengthen us. Okay, so here's the, y'all, this is on Facebook. Check out Petra's organization at Heart to Heart, or on Instagram, it's at Petal Heart to Heart. Okay, check her out. Janice, thank you. I think all of us have that strength. And again, sometimes life can quasi us, breeze us to the point where we're feeling like flow on the inside. But that's a mental story. So you have to change the mental story. Take a deep breath, change the mental story, and keep, you just figure out, what do I need to do then? Okay, how do I do this? Okay. Veronica, you said, since following you, I have learned a lot and you're able to pass on to others. Absolutely. I think I'm trying to help us remember, because these are things we know, Sal. I think we know it. Okay. But again, life can, and a lot of stuff, trauma happens in life, all kind of nasty experiences. Sometimes it can cloud the vision. So now is a time on the planet for people to wake up and to see. As painful as the thing is, it's better if you see it, because if you see it, you can change it for the better. Okay? It's okay to see it, even if it hurts when you see it. Even if it hurts when you realize that person was taking advantage of me. That person wasn't in it just for music. They were in it more for themselves. And look at that. It's okay to see it. All right? Because then you can make a different choice for your best interest. Petra, you are very welcome. Listen, I was reading something. I was reading a post, Lord, and I took a picture of it. The post said something. So listen to it. It's by Abraham Hicks. And the post says, there is a stream that flows to you. And this is a stream of clarity, a stream of wellness, a stream of abundance. And in any moment, you are allowing it or not. What someone else does with the stream or not does not have anything to do with how much of it will be left for you, because this stream is as abundant as your ideas allow it to be. What that means is there's enough for all of us in life. There's enough. There's more than enough. And you are never going to take away from somebody's supply. Somebody's never going to take away from your supply. That means whatever it is you got to do, go ahead and do it. There's enough for all of us. And if you grew up Christian, you know that Christ himself said, I came so that you might have life, and have life even more abundantly. Whatever you want, ask for it. And believe you receive it, and you will have it. He that say those things. So a lot of us, we walking around, yeah, I'm Christian, I'm Christian, I'm Christian, but I don't know if we're really putting Jesus' words into practice. He says, whatsoever, if I do something to serve, he said, whatsoever. And clearly, if that thing is in your best interest too, if it's for your higher good. If you want it, believe you receive it, and you have it. You already have it. Janice, it was freshly cooked pork. And you know, se moun la yo pa ka mette bagay kon vinegar eve citron se ase bagay la. Kon sa, I could smell the fresh of the pork. You know, the pork that they're growing on their farm. Tout se kon sa. I could smell it, and it was mixed with sweet pineapple. Yeah, it was a hard day for me, and I was so hungry. Eh? I think I ate the rice. I was so hungry, Lord. Yeah. Yeah, man. So, Kimmy, yes, I'm glad that's confirmation for you. Our purpose most times is connected to things we enjoy. Yeah, because that's like because you can do it for almost for free. You don't even have to, and it's you do so much of it. You want to do so much more of it that it's sustainable. It's sustainable, and you always have joy doing it, and you're blessing other people with it often too. Okay? We have to think positive, starts here, and talk positive because words have power. Okay? Words have power. Our mouth, all of you all saying it. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth has to speak. The mouth, that tongue, is life or death, is what it creates for us. Okay? We got to think positive and talk positive. Okay? Glenda, you are very welcome. So, y'all, all right, I'm going to do one more. How about that? I'm going to do one more um, pick. So far, we have David and we have Andy. Okay, so let me see if it'll let me do another one. Let's see if it'll help me do another draw. If not, okay, so I guess this one is completed, so it won't let me do another draw on that one. So what I will do is I want the first person who types in the chat, the name of the state that I went to for my first educational experience outside of Dominica. First person, the book is yours. First person who types in the chat, what's the name of the state? What's the name of the state that I went to? I see, look, I see Michigan, I see Minnesota, I see Mississippi, I see Michigan, I see Minnesota, and it looks lunatic is Minnesota. The answer is Minnesota, and the first person to get it in is Petra at 9:18. At 9:18. So what I want Andy and David and Petra to do is to send me a text via Facebook Messenger and send me your full name and your address, and I will send you a copy of the book. Okay, y'all? I want to say thank you all for um, having date night with me. I appreciate you all very much. Have a blessed night, Mary Sagafet. Blessed night to you too. I just want to remind you guys, remind you that very often from point A to point B. So this is where you have the dream in your heart and all the ideas in your heart. And this is the thing that you see that you want to do, you want to build, you want to create. But right there in the middle is where the shas is. And very often it's mental, very mental, because you deal with anxiety, you deal with stuff like procrastination, you deal with stuff like self doubt. Can I do it? Do I have enough? Oh my God, I've never done this before. Oh my God, how will I do this? And sometimes, even when you start doing it, your old thoughts come back and they weigh on you again. And they're like, oh, you're never going to finish. Mm? Who's going to like it when you're finished with it? You're wasting your time. You're going to make any money from this? Some of us grew up with very critical parents. I was talking last night about emotional abuse. We grew up with people who were calling us names or whipping us because that's the way they learned. But that creates a kind of state in us of anxiety and worry and fear. So you have to fight that kind of programming by changing the way you think. Okay? Changing the way you think. If you got to go talk to a therapist to help you do it, that's what you do. If you have to hire a coach, okay, a life coach, that's what you do. If you got to buckle down in prayer and books, and that's what I did. Like Barnes and Noble, y'all, that self-help section, that transformation section in Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble is a bookstore over here that allows you to just sit and read without even buying the books. Listen, when you say you broke selling just starting out, I stayed many hours in Barnes and Noble just reading, reading. Right now, what I do is I go to YouTube, I type in anything I want to learn and get better at. Anything. Huh? I want to strengthen the way I think. I talk sometimes about subconscious mind and reprogramming my subconscious mind. I go straight to YouTube. Okay? Straight. Play, repeat. I'm telling you, that's how you change your mind. Okay? You can change your mind, and you must change the mind to get from that point A to point B. Okay? All right. So, sending you a love and light this Friday night. You're correct. And we're going to end with Niver's post. Every day is an opportunity to learn something. And I'm telling you all, we're living in a time now of very, very intense stress. We did not used to have to worry about so much stress a few years ago. Okay? So you have to learn how to keep your mind right. You have to learn how, when your emotions are too heavy and they pull your mental down, how to get rid of those emotions in a healthy way, how to let them pass your body, pass out, so that your mind can stay sharp. Okay? Because you really need the mental to be sharp, or else people take advantage of you. You miss out opportunities, lots of things. You keep making the same mistakes and you don't see the progress you want to see from here to here. So, those of you who get in a copy of the book, I'm very happy to share it with you. Check out my page for the link on Amazon if you want a copy yourself. Okay? All right, y'all. Have a lovely night. Okay? Bye. Peace. Babs, good night. Au revoir, y'all. Take it easy.